This was a dumpster fire. Oh my gosh, man. I had like two close calls in this war, and that's too many for me because when I play Alliance War, one mistake just rattles me for the rest of the Alliance War. I just cannot handle mistakes, and we started off Alliance War with a mistake. So we have this Kingpin here, Ascended Kingpin on damage reflection, which Namor is perfect for, right? But I somehow managed to mess up a Namor fight, and I think I deserve a medal for that because that is kind of impossible to do, but I still managed to do it because I don't even know how, man. But yeah, I messed this up pretty badly. I survived, thankfully, but it's still a massive mess. So Namor is just doing Namor things here. He's reflecting the damage as per usual. Nothing to worry about here for sure. But then after this is where things get really bad. So I dropped the SP3, and what do you know? Apparently the SP3 will just reflect itself. You just take all the damage from it. So check this out. It's gonna happen. That damage is pretty nice, but then look at this. We take a lot of it back. So I'm like, what the heck just happened? How did I get my damage reflected? And then I do the most 1 IQ play ever, and I drop the relic. Namor's reflection doesn't count for the relic hit, so that could have been very bad, but I survived thankfully. But now I know what to do for the next time I get that matchup. Just don't play it that badly, right? But now we have this Photon matchup, and the rest of the war is Photon, and Photon is my girl, man. She is just carrying my Alliance War season, but even Photon gets close calls. But thankfully she is so good to where even if I'm like on the brink of not surviving the fight, she still pulls through. Like, I get into the bad situation because I'm really bad at the game, and then she just pulls me out of it, thankfully. So yeah, Photon, the real MVP, and that was like a 17-second fight. She's just so strong, man. And now we have this Hazard Shift Bleed and Shock path, and the first fight is a Nova. Now, Nova is not tactic, so this is just a regular Photon matchup, but she still does very well here. So I just gotta burst him down, right? But I can't use special attacks because they are unblockable, and Nova, whenever he gets hit by unblockable, gets a ton of charges, and it's just not a fun time. So yeah, I can't throw any specials, but we still do pretty good in this matchup. Nova is very scary, especially like a high rank Nova, but we're doing pretty fine. Photon is such a safe champion that even if I do mess up, if it's with Photon, I'm not really worried about it. Like, there I mess up, but I survived, thankfully. And yeah, this matchup is now over after the relic hit. And that was like 30 seconds, man. She is so fast for these fights. It is honestly unreal. And now we have this rank 5 Ascended Spider-Man Supreme on Hazard Shift Bleed and Shock. And this is a sugar pill fight, so this will go very well. Now, look how fast we do this fight. By the way, this is, like I said, rank 5 Ascended Spider-Man Supreme, and it's just so absurd. Like, she is genuinely so broken for this. But yeah, we're doing like 9,000 mediums, and we're just getting started too, right? Like 10,000 light attacks there, 15,000 mediums. It's a thing of beauty. But then we dropped the SP2, and this matchup is now over. And that was about, what, 20-something seconds, because of course it's Photon. Yeah, 23 seconds there. But now we have this Ebony Maw mini-boss, a rank 2, 7-star Ebony Maw. This is a beefy Maw. But Photon doesn't care. My one downside with Photon is that she really loves potions, because I run the Lyrical Masteries with her because she is so fast with them, and I prefer having fast fights over slower but safer fights because I don't trust myself in long form situations, especially in like Alliance War where it really matters, right? So I don't want to put myself in a longer fight. I just want to get done with it ASAP so I can just stop worrying about it and just be done with it. So yeah, that's why I main Mole Man and Silk and Photon, because they're all like some of the fastest champions in the game, and I feel comfortable with them because they're just that fast. But yeah, Photon, she destroys this fight. She is one of the best, if not the best mod counter in the game, so she's gonna do super well here. And check this out. Look at this damage output. We dropped the SP2, and it is a thing of beauty. No crits there. But look at that last crit, 30,000 plus. And yeah, this matchup is over just like that. destroyed rank 2 Maw in like 20 something seconds. That is so absurd. But now we have the other close call here, and Photon is so overpowered, but I am not. So I messed up big time with her, and honestly, I hope that this doesn't affect my future assignments with her, because I truly love this champion and I feel like she is my go-to attacker now. So hopefully this one matchup doesn't affect things too much in the alliance for me, but I just played this really badly and I do mess up big time here. Thankfully I survive, which is the important part, right? But now let's see it. Ascended Absman on Hazard Shift Bleed and Shock, and also Conflictor. Conflictor is what kind of does me dirty here. But yeah, the start of the fight was fine. It was okay, right? Like I got the parry there. I'm gonna enter Pure Light form soon, but then there I mess up. I go in, I get special intercepted, and it's a crit because of course it is. And now I was like, okay, how am I gonna tell the alliance that I just messed up big time and I didn't survive the fight? But then I realized, wait a second, I'm playing Photon. If any champion could squeak me out of this one, it is Photon, because she is just that powerful as a character. So I just didn't lose hope. I was like, okay, let's just play it slow here, play it very carefully. So I go in, I drop a combo, and yeah, Photon survives. I don't survive because that was all my fault. I did nothing to help recover the fight. That was just Photon being the best attacker right now. So yeah, Photon saved me. And also, if I didn't have Recall Mastery, the fight would be like a lot longer and I would have probably not survived. So yeah, thankfully I ran those Recall Masteries and they really did save me here. But now we have the final fight, which is this rank 2 Aspect of Evolution, Unblockable SP2, and Improved Power Gain Mcoc. This dude is a scary matchup for sure. He is so annoying, but you know what? Photon, she'll do just fine here, I'm sure of it, and she does, right? Yeah, she counters Mcoc pretty well because she has the Untouchable, she has access to Petrify and Wither because of the Decay tactic. So yeah, she's pretty good here, like not much to say about it. It's Photon, she's gonna burst it down because that's what she does. And just look at that damage, man. So strong. This champion is just unbelievable, really. Just so powerful, and I love it so much. But now Mcoc is very angry, so we gotta watch out for this. But honestly, no big deal. It's just like a damage reduction and nothing else, so we're kind of chilling. But yeah, this matchup is pretty much over now. He's like at, what, 25% health at this point. It's going pretty well. A nice recovery from the last matchup that almost got me in a lot of trouble, right? But here we dropped the SP2, and that is it. Some beautiful crits to end the fight. And yeah, Photon carries me yet again. And it was close calls for sure, but hey, we got it done. We survived. Still no deaths, thankfully. I don't think I've died in like 3+ seasons in tier 1, so yeah, I don't know how that's happened, but it's a thing. Pretty crazy, right? But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this war video, and yeah, that's about it for me.